a nice guard with him too. I think his backcourt guy went to like Canisius. I can't remember his name.
You talking about Chuck Harris? I think this is his name. Chuck.
Yeah,
Gerald probably know him. Yeah, Chuck Harris, and they had Rodell Richardson too. I know they whole lineup. We used to go like every game in 8th grade, 7th grade.
Hey, the metropolitan area has some boys come through there, man. Like for real, for real.
You
Like
gotta think
crazy.
that 03 class.
real.
My cousin was in that 03 class. So 03 had Deon Harris, it had D. Cotton, it had like I said, my cousin was up in there. I'm trying to think who the other cat was.
We talking about the one that went to Kansas State?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I know you're talking about Hoskins. Yeah.
I can't remember his name. It's some cat that went to Purdue. He was at like Country Day.
Purdue Country Day.
The young.
Manny went to Country Day. He had game. But I
Deon Harris
whole
trained
class.
too. His son could hoop too. Deon Harris
was a cat named Olu Famatini from Flint. He could jump out the gym.
Man, it was some boys around there, dude.
And who y'all 3 favorite players y'all think, like, not counting like people that went to y'all school? Like, of course, I'm gonna say Q because I played one, but I'm talking about like who y'all 3 favorite players y'all think in high school, like in Michigan, our era, like our era before.
My era is different. My Antonio Gates,
Yeah,
Rashad Phillips, and I don't, man. I can't make a list without Greg Graves, man. He was at Latham shooting that thing like someone
There's
right
so
with
many
him.
good players, it's ridiculous, dog. Especially the era, your era, Deon. It's crazy.
They went to Ohio and he went for 63 against Toledo Scott, and he only had like 10 points at the half.
63 in a high school game? Damn.
Yeah.
and he had 53 in the second half.
Yeah. Like,
Man, that nigga. Y'all remember Marcus Crenshaw from I think he went to McKenzie, left hand dude. He went to Cal State Fulton. He was cold as hell.
Oh, he coached in Ohio.
Going crazy.
Walker Russell Jr.
Yeah, my era we had
Walker D. Russell.
Okay.
My era we definitely had Manny. I just remember him always.
Yeah, Manny definitely on my list. 07, yeah.
Manny was nice. Then you had so we got to throw him in there. Dre was different in high school, man. Draymond Green. Draymond was different. Chris Douglas. Chris was now another cat. He was a little bit older, but Alex Legion, that cat had game.
I remember
Alex had game.
Who?
He ended up bouncing around. They thought he was going to Kentucky, then Michigan. He ended up at Illinois.
Oh, you talking about Alex Legion?
What about the left hand?
Yeah, he went to Country Day, yeah.
What about the left hand went to Kentucky?
You said what?
What about the left-handed kid that went to Kentucky and ended up getting drafted by Boston?
Damn, Kentucky. Oh, you talking about damn, he was nice too. James Young.
Yeah.
Dang, what happened to him, man?
Man, I thought he was gonna be good.
I did too.
Cat that shouldn't have went one and done. Or I don't know. He just got caught up in it. But he had game. He went to Troy. James Young had game.
Yep.
Dude, I remember seeing Ray. Ray McCallum was nice with it.
Yeah.
Keith
Mine would
Allen.
be Deon Harris and Cotton, sure, and Manny. And then Deshaun, of course, I went to school.
You ever saw Brandon Kearney?
Brandon Kearney? Yeah.
Yeah. That's Baxter nephew.
Southeastern? Yeah.
That's Baxter nephew. That's his sister's son.
Wasn't he at he started at State, didn't he?
He started at State, then went to Arizona State, then went to UAD.
Damn.
Yeah.
It'd be hard to find the right coach, the right school.
Like, I think it was
That seems like it's hard.
I think he was a little bit after your era. Carlos English. I remember that cat had game.
Yeah, I used to get a lot of his games too in high school. Fitzgerald, he was cold.
Yup, you hit it on the head.
So I probably went to every home game, but I ain't gonna lie though. Fitzgerald.
Dog.
So yeah, Carlos up there, English, Deon Harris, and Brandon Cotton.
Man, and we mentioned
I saw Winfred Walton in person.
Man.
You did?
Persian.
You said he was?
Winfred Walton from Persian. I watched him against Detroit Central in the playoff game, throw the ball off the backboard and run on the other side and dunk that mug with his left hand.
Oh, you played against Gerald said he played. Damn, that's for real? That's crazy. He said he
Man,
played
Joe
I
against
was
Joe
just about to
Crawford
get
in
to
middle
them.
school. I played against
That's
Jordan.
Renaissance High, huh?
I was just about to get to Joe. People forget
Ricky
that
Paulding,
Renaissance. Yeah. Arthur, what was his other dude name? Arthur, who that
Arthur
went to
Johnson.
Missouri. Arthur
Arthur
Johnson.
Johnson. Yep. He be
Mhm.
in the city. He used to be in the city doing
Ricky
stuff.
Ricky Paulding
Ricky
definitely
Paul.
had
Oh my
game.
gosh, he was cold.
But
Lester
the
Abram at
crazy
Pontiac
part
Northern.
was who?
Lester Abram, Pontiac
Yep.
Lester
Northern.
Abrams.
Michigan. Yep.
I think people was
C.
pissed
Wright.
because he won. Who won? Didn't Paul Davis win Mr. Basketball over him?
Yeah, man.
Yeah, he did.
He broke his ankle, but averaged like 32 and 16. But since he broke his ankle, they still gave it to him.
I watched Stannis Buford at Ferndale bang on Ricky Paulding about 3 times in the game. Gave him all that.
Man, I'm
Did
looking
y'all
at.
ever went to the McDonald's game?
I ain't never went.
Well, I went to the Magic Johnson Round Ball Classic every year.
Wow.
Oh
So
yeah.
what's
So
some of the
you
games?
saw.
What's some of the names?
Man, we talking about Rashad Lewis. I watched Kevin Garnett get a triple-double in the first half. I watched Rashad and all them
Wait,
boys. Dog.
the KG one. My dad said he took me there, but I don't remember. I was so young. He took me to that. He said
You was
KG
at the
was takes
you
you to
was at
see
the
KG
Palace.
in high
You that
school. So
nasty
I'll
pizza.
probably see you there.
You was there
Yeah.
then.
So
But
you was at that Rashad game, cuz?
yeah, heck, man, we was all there.
Man, just tell me, cause you, like I said, you out there. One, you saw young Kobe, but just tell me just the crazy fact that Rashad stole the show.
We didn't care about in our brain. Rashad was gonna win MVP.
Yeah.
Nobody care about none of them other. I don't who was Kobe. What? We
Did
care
you
nothing about that.
did you ever check out that episode with that interview he did with Baron Davis? I told you to check out, and he was talking about like the behind the backstory of that game. If you ever do, just check it out.
I didn't see it. I know that Mateen Cleaves got hurt, but what
Yeah.
really happened is the mother team got in a car accident. They were drinking. That's what really
Okay.
happened. And
Damn.
Yeah.
Rashad went out there with the tape on the back of his jersey
Yeah. He said they did him dirty.
with uncombed afro.
Yeah. They gave him a
That's
And
team's jersey, but the
yes,
crazy thing was, and I think you remember the guy because he was from your era a little bit, Jason Hart, who was one of the
yeah.
top point guards. Jason
Mm-hmm.
Hart, because they wasn't gonna let Rashad start. Jason Hart said, "Let him start. This is his time. You get what I'm saying? This
Yeah.
is it. We need to let him start."
hard.
And he
If,
said
if
it was
Rashad
crazy.
got the
Syracuse.
ball in his hand, it's going towards the basket. It doesn't matter where he's playing it. He got the MVP of the Chicago pre-draft camp, and he sent. You remember Gardner, the point guard from Arizona?
Yeah, Jason Gardner.
Well, he's the
Uh-huh.
reason. Rashad is the reason he went back to school. He said, "Nah, this ain't for me. I got to go back to school another year."
Jason Gardner had game, and
He could play.
that's why I hate like guys like Rashad. Who else? Nick Van Exel. They just came so early. Man, they were killing this era. But what only thing that kind of annoys me is I don't see, and it got to be politics. I don't know what it is if you heard from him. How was Earl Boykins able to have a role in the league, but we don't give Rashad one?
Well, they gave Rashad a tag, and the tag that they gave him was Baby Iverson.
Yep,
Yep.
Even
they
though he
did
didn't play like Al Iverson, he had
at
braids.
all. That's all it was, just because he had braids.
So they were like, they had a preconceived notion that okay, this guy is a chucker, but he's only 5'7", 5'8". What do we want with that? Earl Boykins was a defender always. Rashad became a defender, but Earl Boykins was a defender, and he was a traditional point guard. So guys like him and Brevin Knight and them boys could sneak in the league. They didn't
Dang, I'm
want
not even heard
small
Phillips,
guys that
man. I
were
take
forwards at that time, and that's what it was.
where's the Sean Sims at? Yeah.
And from your perspective, were there bigger offers? Why didn't he get bigger offers? Was there anyone
He,
bigger than you or D?
well, number one, he was Prop 48. Rashad was Prop 48. But number two, we thought that he was going to Georgia Tech because Georgia Tech was there all the time. However, they weren't 100% sure that Stephon Marbury was leaving. So you
Okay.
like, hey,
Oh, okay.
you know,
Wow.
you
So
go to
let's say something, because I didn't get that. I don't even think they gave him that story when he was on Baron Davis podcast. But if you look at what Georgia Tech, what they was cranking out back in the day, even all the way back to Dennis Scott. So the fact that Georgia Tech was looking at him, that let you know Rashad had game. But Prop
yeah,
48 does play a lot. That's the reason
yeah,
why Glenn Robinson, he was actually supposed to be with the Fab Five, but he
uh-huh,
didn't because he was a Prop 48 group.
Dang.
Prop 48.
Okay.
That, and I'm gonna
And
tell you
if you
another
put Glenn
thing,
Robinson with that squad,
Over.
man. Look, if Vashawn Leonard would have went there,
Oh my gosh, that's one of my favorite
but
players too,
Sean was
dog.
supposed to go there,
Rashawn
yeah,
Lee.
that's
What?
that's Jay Rose. That's Jay Rose high school teammate.
because
Oh yeah,
Isley
Kenny.
was
I knew
before
Kenny
them,
Anderson was
right?
better than
Was
Hurley.
Howard
Like,
Isley before them?
Howard Isley, he played with them, but Howard is younger than him.
90.
Okay,
What class of what?
Carlos Rogers,
95.
Howard Isley, Vashawn Leonard, and Jalen Rose. They went to school together.
they got to do a documentary on Perry
They got to.
Watson and Ben Kelso and those
That's the
Dog.
guys.
Godfather.
Perry Watson, a legend too, bro. Oh y'all
Man,
went
That's
to
how
his camp?
Perry got that UAD team, and Perry has some squads, man. Like
He
yes,
did good.
pretty much all city-grown talent going out to the NCAA tournament, beating
Jermaine
UCLA, going at
Jackson.
Cats.
Yeah, Desmond Ferguson, Jermaine Jackson, Rashad. They picked up Terrell Riggs.
I
Uh,
remember that.
Terrell
Jimmy
Riggs
Twyman.
was snapping ribs in high school, man.
Remember Jimmy Twyman though? Jimmy
Yeah,
Twyman
I
had
hate
game.
Jimmy. I love Jimmy, but I hate Jimmy. We
What'd he
played against
do?
each other. We played against each other through middle school. I went to Longfellow, and he went to Post. And Saturdays back then was crazy because we played at Communication Media Arts. They had the best court in the city to me.
Yeah, man. Yep.
And Jimmy Twyman, James Theus, we all played. Me and Pierre Green was the backcourt at Longfellow. And yeah, we hated them boys because they was good. Oh, Mike Helms was on that. They played. Mike Helms and James Theus played on Post. I mean, I'm sorry, at Winterhalter. Winterhalter.
Okay.
I was a little fella with Pierre Green and Jimmy Twyman was at Post. It was some boys. Like
Hey,
middle school ball
Man,
was
I
like,
gotta head
it's a
to
lot of
this
legends,
meeting right
dog.
quick, but I'm sure you went to some of those UAD games when Rashad was there. Just how
yeah,
was that atmosphere?
let me tell you something. I don't think you would ever seen anything like that. But our school and a lot of the cats that he knew from the Persian area, we were in the house, dude. Like it was packed. We was in there. It was and when he went off, it was like a league game, man.
Yeah, they
Like when
said like I think they
Rashad was
damn
cooking,
near was like up there in attendance, and they had one of
yeah,
the best home court advantages, like some of the best home court records while he
yeah.
was in
Okay.
college.
See, my auntie had wheel call tickets, so that's how we went.
Because then they went to the Final Four of the NIT, or did they win it,
That
or
was
they
that
lost?
was eventually.
Yeah, I remember
They
Derek
won
Nix.
they won the NIT one year, but they also beat UCLA in a tournament, and they also beat St. John's in a tournament before
Yeah,
that.
wait. Didn't they beat St. John's? That's what you said, St. John's.
Yep.
Yeah,
I forgot to
So
mention Willie Green. I don't know if you
that
mentioned Willie
era
Green.
was
I forgot about
different.
Willie
And
Green.
then wasn't Rashad drafted in the second round?
uh, I don't know if he went. I know he got picked up by Golden State some sort of way, but I don't know if it was draft or not.
That's
No,
crazy.
Willie Green was a dog at Cougar,
Willie
and
Green was nice.
I'm glad he grew into his nose. Willie Green nose was bigger than his whole face back then.
Man, Willie was nice, man.
It was nice
You
too.
know,
Willie
No, we
was
got so
nice.
many
unfortunately had
ballers,
that
dog.
tragedy happen a few years ago. But I'm happy to see him. You know what he doing,
Maurice
what
Taylor.
he's doing in the league. But my bad, man. I gotta hit this meeting, man. Salute
I
to
was about to
y'all.
say, yeah.
All right.
Dang,
Maurice Taylor
I remember him.
was good.
It's just funny, like, cause you know a lot of people too. Like, I remember Jimmy Twyman. We used to see him at Joe Dumars, the one far out, like 23 mile working out. And then my stepdad used to make us come up to him and act like say what's up to him, pick his brain. So like when you around the game, you just know so many legends though. You just know these
Jimmy
legends.
always been smart.
I'm in the baller.
If I would have stayed at Central, because I started off at Central, me, him, Pierre Green, we all ended up going to Central together. Then I transferred back to Ferndale, and I would have played with them boys. I became more focused on football, and they just kept hooping. But the boy, it was fun though.
I'm trying to get Gerald. There's something wrong with the. They don't ever let him cook.
Yeah, I want Derek Nix. Yeah, Derek Nix. I remember.
Yeah, well,
like,
Derek Nix was gone by the time I was in college. By the time Derek Nix went to Persian, but I just remember Keith was a freshman when I was a senior, so them niggas, they young.
Yeah, because they all like when you get to like Keith in them age, that's like my little brothers and stuff age group.
Mm-hmm.
My brother was playing pool out at Oak Park at that time.
Yep, because I'm trying to think of that. See, that's why I'm like Manny Harris and Deon Sims. Cause I used to play against Deshaun Sims 1-on-1 when I was in 8th grade at Reach. Like
Deion Sims was smooth though. He was smooth though. He was smooth.
Yeah.
He had it. Shoot, y'all, hold on. Let me think. I think Chris Kaman was was Chris Kaman a little bit after me? He was in that little gap too. And he was balling in high school too.
I forgot about Chris Kaman was going crazy in high school.
Yeah,
hey, but
man.
he said Manny from his hood. I played against Manny I played in the Adam Bussell League in 7th grade. And we played against Manny. He was on the Sixers. I'm like, who was this little nigga? He's cold. That nigga was shooting every shot, going crazy. I'm like, damn, man. My stepdad like, just do what he do. Just go out there and just shoot that boy. Like
Redford had a run
Manny.
of guys, man. The Ziegler boys,
Trevor.
The Phillips boys, Monte Tucker, like they had a run of boys coming through Redford at one point in time.
Yeah, and it's a good pod because we talk about we going back to the high school, giving guys their flowers. Cause some guys they make it to the NBA, but like we know Rashard Phillips is better than some of them guys in the NBA, dog. Willie Green, some legends, dog. Like
yeah, Paul Davis was killing that Rochester.
He was.
But my favorite player on that team was Walker Russell, the point guard. He was cold.
Hey, what about remember what's his name? The white boy, he was cold. Oh, Drew Neisel in high school. He used to be
Drew Neisel, yeah.
He gave Renaissance 36 even though they lost in the Class B championship. I think it was something like that.
Ricky 36. Morgan at Pontiac Northern.